Hey, what's going on, everybody? Got some more Might and Magic 6 happening. Sorry I hadn't streamed in a little bit. Had some things come up over the weekend, personal matters and all that. So yeah, it's been, what, 4 or 5 days since I streamed? 3 or 4 or something like that? So, but we gonna fix that. We gonna play right now. So, we were working through everything. I don't think I can, yeah, I think that needs one more for Master. Although, again, I don't know if stun works, so I don't even know if I need to master it. I was gonna try and do Cleric's Forge, which is here in New Sorpical. It is the last of the council quests I need. So that'll complete that little subset of quests. And it's also probably going to be a little tough, which is kind of why I've been sitting on it. Yeah, I'm almost level 60. I mean, I think I can do it. I think it's going to take some time. I also figured out what's causing the crash when I'm casting spells and healing. And it has to do with him being ready to do an action. So, you know, there's that whole recovery mechanic where you can't do anything. If I were just to fire and go in the temple and heal, it would crash. It doesn't have anything to do specifically with casting spells. It's just, it's trying to use someone for the basis of, like, the sparkle effects. And it's like, okay, that character did this action. But since no one's ready, it's like, well, no one did that. No one could do it. How does this action happen? Okay. You know, and it crashes. So, I kind of want to just do Armageddon. Just to kill everything over here. Because it's annoying to go fight through all that. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do this. Since I have no need to worry about reputation anymore. Because I have these mastered. That's the only thing reputation really matters for. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to go to the island where it's at, which is up here. I'm going to trigger some monsters to spawn, and then I'm going to Armageddon everything in the town. Because I don't know if I did that last time. To get myself too notorious. So this is Cleric's Forge. But you're also on this nice empty island, but if you go and touch this food pot, a bunch of monsters spawn. So we're gonna have some fun with Armageddon though. Monsters are spawn, Armageddon. And everything on the map just took at least 50 damage. So some of these, yeah, survive, but I've killed everything on the map. I am negative 322. Yeah, I lost almost 4,000 reputation from casting that spell. But, you know, it cleared out all the riffraff trash. This entire city's dead. So I can clean these guys out, and then that way everything else is dead too, and it'll be easy to just run back and forth. Not be annoyed by all these things. So yeah, in times when I'm unable or just not really wanting to stream, I have been playing this a little bit. I started a solo wizard, solo sorcerer. It is so much easier. Like, it's almost too easy. Like, I almost don't consider it a challenge. Because for the most part, it hasn't been. I mean, yeah, it's a little tedious at times, but it's not really challenging. Which I guess you could say the same about this, but I feel at least with like a cleric or any other class other than sorcerer, you have to at least get a little creative in some dungeons. Speaking of, there's one dungeon I don't think we're going to do. Because I just tried to run through it on the sorcerer, and God, is it annoying, and it is not needed in any way. And that is the Lair of the Wolf. I'm collecting all this money that I don't need because I have to collect all the money. But the Lair of the Wolf in Blackshire. Next time I'm in Blackshire, I might show a little more of it. But it's full of slimes and werewolves. Now, the werewolves aren't too bad. Except the highest level werewolves. They will one-shot you. They have one of those attacks that will knock you unconscious or whatever. So, if you just happen to get unlucky, it just completely ends the game for you since I only have one character and it kills them. So that, along with slimes that I have no good way of killing, means I'm going to avoid it. So yeah, I killed all the townsfolk casting that spell, everything. I'm not worried about running around, but so I'm 32.27 negative. Every donation gives, I think, 200.
Can we assist you?
So it's very easy to get back up to respectable. You know, oh, you killed everyone in the entire world, but you donated money to the church. You're fine. You're all right. That's how that works. I forgot to heal though, because yeah, Armageddon does damage yourself, and it is also, I think Master can only cast it 3 times per day.
Be with you.
So yeah, it's not exactly a spell you can go around doing a whole lot of. And for the most part, outside of early areas like this, it doesn't have a whole lot of use. Like, because the reputation hit's annoying, because you can't go to a castle or lord when you have bad enough reputation. You'll get arrested and put in jail for a year. Which means a year passes, things respawn, you age a year, you know, all that stuff. It's not actually a terrible idea if you're wanting to have things respawn to grind them, but alright. So yeah. So like I said, this is Garrick's Forge. You can't actually enter here until you get the key, which we got from another quest. So that's kind of how they have this on the starting area without it being too crazy.
Where are we? This place doesn't look familiar.
So the annoying guys are going to be these elementals. Because they fly. And anything that flies... They also like to break items. Like, constantly.
Aha!
But they fly. I believe they're immune to magic and poison. Which takes out Dragon's Breath and Toxic Cloud. Let me look that up. But I'm pretty sure that is a thing. And so... Yeah, let's see here. Fire, immune to fire, poison, and magic. So that takes out Toxic Cloud, Dragon's Breath, Prismatic Light. Pretty much all. The only thing it doesn't take out is Shrapmetal. But since I can't get close to them because they're flying, Shrapmetal's not all that great anyway. Like, I might still have to cast it just to grind them out that way. But yeah, it's not like the one-hit kill it would be otherwise due to them flying around and being so far away. And then add in the fact that they like to break everything.
Fixed.
Like, they're constantly breaking almost everything. Almost every attack they do, I think, can break. And they'll do that pretty much every time they attack. So, I might have to try...
Aha!
Like, I don't know if there's a... I wonder if there's a fire resist potion. Because that might help a little bit. Because it is fire damage. There is Well, there's 20 to all resistance, so I might be making some of those. So the hope is if I can kill one every time I come in here and then get out, I'll have to go heal. Yeah.
Let's get out.
I mean, that was the first room. I killed 2 things and I have nothing left. Now, fortunately, there's not a ton of those guys around, but there's enough of them that, yeah, it's an issue. So, I'm actually going to see about making some of those super resistance potions to drink. Because that'd be 20 more fire resist, which all my resists are pretty low. Only 50. I don't think I have much of actual resistance. Yeah, I don't really have anything that gives resistance. It's all that's electric resistance, which is not. That's fire resistance 7. That's about it. So everything else is just from Day of the Gods and whatnot. So leveling light magic could be worth it. Or actually, no, Day of Protection. That would be dark magic. That's pretty much where all my resistance is coming from. Is Day of Protection. Because, yeah, that's protection from fire. So, yeah, this is kind of why I didn't want to do Derek's Forge too early. Because it's going to be annoying. Fortunately, the majority of the
Be with you.
fire elementals can be skipped, I believe. There's this room, and maybe 2 more rooms that have, or 3 more rooms that have maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 in each room. And then there's another like 10 or 15, but you can skip that whole section. It's just a treasure. Like it's just some treasure chest or something. They don't need to be gotten. So I can skip that whole section. But this is still going to be a difficult run. Because the other enemies in here are the sorcerers and wizards and warlocks or whatever. I think we've encountered a few of them before. But yeah, they can deal good damage as well and cause problems. So let's see about making blue potions. Blue and yellow. So blue and yellow.
Success.
Alright, so that's it. Super resistance.
Success.
So unfortunately, I don't really have any other blue potions. So what is this? Heroism. So yeah, I might have to keep an eye out for more blue potions to use. So yeah, that buffed that up to 74. So that'll help. Where is he? There it is. So these weaker ones I might be able to shoot down without too much problem. Save magic, save mana. But yeah, as you see, it's still a bit rough. For like the sorcerer, because I just ran through this on the sorcerer. The sorcerer was easy because he has elemental magic. You know, I have water magic mastered, so I can just 2-shot him with frostbolt or something. And she's like, oh yeah, you don't exist anymore. But with this guy, that's going to be a lot tougher. And yeah, you're actually above a lava pit that is spewing fireballs everywhere. So, you know, that's always fun. Don't fall down. So there's that room, there's this room that has a few, and then there's like 2 more rooms that have them. And then for the most part, we'll be done with the fire elementals. But again, it's still going to be annoying. You saw what 3 of them did to me. And being that they're flying, they pretty much never want to come down into melee range with you. Alright, so those guys don't want to come out. There's a few more in there. There's this switch. We'll make a drawbridge, go across. These could potentially be skipped. But the problem is if I have to run back out of here, they're going to be there. Which can be a problem. That's the problem with trying to skip things in this dungeon, because I can't just teleport out. So yeah, I need to kill them so I can actually get back without a problem. Now since they're up here in this small room, this might work decently, you know. But they're not always going to be in a small room where I can get to them like this. Most of the times they like to hover out over in the corners there, so. And he broke my items.
Fixed.
Stop breaking my items. Like, see, he doesn't want to come and play. And that's the problem with a lot of flying enemies. They want to go up and they want to go away. Which means they don't like to come into play for areas like this. But this one finally did. So let's go kill him.
Fixed.
As I fix my ring. There we go. So they're not so bad when I can get to melee with them. Because shrapnel is shrapnel and yeah. We all know how good that is. Yeah.
Aha.
Blood dagger. But yeah, this is even without the fire things, this is still going to be a bit of a pain. Alright. So that's I think there's one more room I have to go through, and it has maybe 5 of those in it, so not too terrible, but it's still just annoying having to do this, because I have to also run back, I have to swim again, which means I have to make sure I have the life to get across. Fortunately, healing is very effective as far as spell points to mana, or spell points to hit points. Like, it doesn't take a lot of hit points to get the full. But it's still annoying having to run back. This is also why I made sure to kill everything on the map, so I didn't have to deal with all that craziness. But we finished this. We finished Garrick's Forge, which also, fortunately, isn't very big. Like, we've probably seen more than 1/4 of it already. But what's left, there's still a decent chunk of enemies that are very damaging. And there's one room in particular that's kind of rough, even for a good range caster, but...
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
But we'll see how it all goes. Hopefully we can take it out without too much trouble, and then that'll leave the council's done. And then we just have to work on the Slicker Silvertongue cure to advance the main story of the game. I don't know what other quests, like, pretty much everything outside of, yeah, we're looking for the Hours of Time. Like, everything else I have is essentially a side quest. Like, it's not needed. I mean, this one we're going to do because we have to go to Darkmoor anyway later. I don't, you know, they give you another quest to go in there, which is after all what we're looking at. But, oh yeah, I was like, is there an enemy over here? Why is that there? And I was like, oh, villager. Poor villager. Didn't deserve it. But it happened. Alright. Now, one thing you can do, though, is just go whee and fall, because feather fall. You only really have to take it slow the first time because of the enemies. Again, I could have done that just skipping the elementals, but then that means they're there on the way back, possibly killing me. Alright, and then now I think it's just sorcerers back here. Yeah. So yeah, these are the other guys that are in the dungeon, which we've encountered before, and we know are decently difficult. They're not too difficult, but they do decent damage. And they also break things, I think, and all that rigmarole. But, you know, they're also ranged casters, so they don't want to close in. They run away.
Aha.
Which means it's annoying to fight them.
Aha.
I mean, again, you've seen... I mean, I'm already at half mana. And it's like, I can't go much further before I have to go rest again. Just, you know. So this one's just going to be one of those annoying treks in and out, in and out. Alright, so here's that other area I was talking about with fire elementals. And it's a bit of a puzzle area. So we're gonna just aggro one or two of them to come up. But again, they see he wants to go over to this corner. He wants to go away from me. So it's kind of like, oh. And now they're all awake. But I think once I clear this out, that'll be the last of the fire elementals that we have to worry about. I got 100 still. Alright, killed those two. I think I'm gonna have to run and get my mana back. I don't think it's really feasible to kill another. But like I said, once I clear that room out, I think that's all the fire elementals we have to do. So not too terrible, I guess. But we still have a bunch of sorcerers and warlocks and everything else, and those still do decent damage. So. And I do think I'm actually going to stream tomorrow morning, which I know Fridays I don't normally stream much, if at all. But Cuphead releases, and I want to play Cuphead, and I want to stream it, so it releases at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I get off at 8 a.m., so around 9:30, I'm going to be playing Cuphead on stream. So if you want to see something different besides Might and Magic, tune in tomorrow morning. And I promise I will not get stuck on the tutorial for 20 minutes. It ain't gonna happen.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
Alright. So I got a few more to clear out in that room, and then we got to solve the puzzle, which is an annoying ass puzzle. So I don't know if you got a good look of that room where all the beasts were, but there was that bridge, and there was 8 ledges, 4 on the top row, 4 on the bottom row. Each little ledge you can step on has a switch next to it. And all the switches do different things, and you need to hit them in different orders and cause different things to happen. And it's annoying. Yeah. Basically, you gotta move the drawbridge over and open both of the other 2 doors. But to do that, you have to open other doors, to open other doors, to open those doors, to also open other doors to move the drawbridge. Like, this is how you get down to the lower or other side. So, yeah. That's the other problem. They're all wanting to stack up over there. I'm just gonna have to blow through some mana to deal damage. I don't think shooting them at range is feasible to kill most of them. What'd they break? What'd they break?
Fixed.
They're breaking my rings. That's the only one left, I believe. Yeah, but you see they have 4 different ledges and there's 4 over here. And each one has this little post, and on each post is a switch. So you gotta run back and forth. Okay, there's 2 back there. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to give this one up. Yeah, I'm not gonna have the hit points to get back if I don't go now. That's the other issue, is I have no way to cross the water. So I have to make sure... I know I've said that before, but whatever. It's just annoying. It actually does make me wonder, though, like, did they assume you would just use a balanced party? I mean, I'm sure they assumed that, but, like, did they not take care to allow for non-magic parties as a thing? I mean, I'm guessing not, since
Let's get out.
there's only one class that doesn't get magic, and that's the knight. So I'm guessing they didn't really sit there and go, oh yeah, you'll have magic, you know. They assumed you'd have some form of magic available. I highly doubt they went into this planning around everything around like, oh yeah, 4 parties and knights, let's make sure that's viable. They were probably just like, whatever. Because if you don't do 4 parties and knights, that means you either have an archer, which gets the elemental lines, a sorcerer, which gets the elemental lines, a druid, which gets the elemental lines, or you have a paladin, or cleric, or druid, which all get the clerical lines. So you have at least healing, or like the elemental lines to water walk or something. I'm getting hungry. Should have eaten some breakfast before this. I'll eat some after. Yeah, it'll probably be a slightly short stream. Probably do this dungeon, and that might be all. But I am wanting to get back, get back in that habit of streaming more. And I kind of took a break just due to some personal stuff, and had some things come up over the weekend to take care of. One thing I am going to say, though, I know I've been trying to do like a Monday night regular thing. That's going to change. I honestly, I don't know if I'm going to have a regular night stream during the week. I think it's all just going to be whatever I do during the mornings. My days off are also changing, and the days off I'm getting, I'm going to be a little more busy on other things during the like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. hours that, I would think of streaming. But that just means, I mean, I'm still going to stream like at night, midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whatever, my time. Like, that's still going to be a thing. It's just I know a lot of people can't really watch live at that. At least a lot of my friends would be watching. Alright.
Fixed. Fixed.
You need to die. There we go. Alright, so 2 down, 1 more to go. I think that room will be cleared. And then hopefully we'll be able to get a little more advancement before having to go heal. Because I think that's going to be all the elementals we have to fight. And everything else is going to be those sorcerers and warlocks and whatnot, which aren't as tough. I mean, in large groups, yeah, they're still going to mess you up. But won't be so bad in this instance. We can also get some training done afterwards. That'll be... I mean, we can already go to 60. We'll probably get 61 for monsters alone.
Let's get up.
Add in all the quest XP, maybe up to 62 after this. And then that'll leave the Supreme Temple of Ba. Is that right? Superior Temple of Ba. Yeah, Supreme Temple of Ba is after that. So yeah, the Superior Temple of Ba, that'll leave that to do for Slicker Silvertongue. And we'll get into that. And then that'll give us access to the Oracle, finally. Which kind of triggers... That's kind of the in-game area once you get there. The Oracle has a few more quests for you to do, and then you'll get the ancient weapons needed to kill the Krigan.
Be with you.
And once all that's done, you'll be, you know, you essentially will become awesome, godly, and unkillable. I mean, you can still die, but once you get those weapons, you're just kind of like, oh, okay. And I've kind of avoided mentioning too much about them. If you haven't played this and you're watching, I did want it to be a little bit of a surprise. Because the weapons are kind of awesome. Alright. Now, you would think I could go to this other door and, you know, just kill this guy. Nope. It's closed. That's also what makes this annoying. It starts off closed. You have to open it. Trying to see if I can... There we go. He's coming forward a little bit. Breaking my shit. Alright.
Fixed.
So that room is cleared of monsters. Let's open up this door back here. Yeah, a bunch of things over there. Bunch of yeah, you see how much damage they did? Like, I almost feel I should run and heal first, because they could potentially kill me in one round. Yeah, I've got to move. So that is one, like, that's kind of the main difference in doing this as Cleric or Sorcerer. Cleric, you run back, use your magic to heal. Sorcerer, you just teleport out, heal, and teleport back. So it's kind of the same idea, but just works different in training. So unfortunately, that hasn't killed anyone, which means I might have just made that worthless. Yeah, because I gotta go heal now. I don't have enough to kill anything, but at least I killed a few. Dragon's Breath still fails me. So let's make this trip again.
Let's get out.
Oh, such fun this is. The tedium of walking. But no, I am actually having a lot of fun doing this. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have kept doing it. Like, you know, that's kind of the whole thing. Like, you know, like I said, I'm sorry I didn't get the streams out like I normally try to, but at the same time, this isn't my job and I'm not treating it as such. So, if I wake up and I don't feel like streaming, then I'm just not going to. Because I'm not trying to make this into my job, and especially since I'm not getting any money from doing this right now, and I don't plan on, you know, it's like if I'm not getting money for it, so I'm certainly not going to treat it like that. And I don't, like, that's not my goal in streaming, to get money or make it my job. Now, I'm not opposed to it happening necessarily. You know, if someone says, hey, we're going to pay you a salary to play games on stream, I'd probably say, like, yeah, let's do it. But it's not my goal. Like, that's not my purpose why I'm here. I'm here just as a hobby to have fun. So until someone comes along and says they're going to pay me a salary to play games on stream, I'm not going to treat it like a job. So if I just don't want to stream a day, I'm not going to. That's kind of the, you know, thing I've always run into with some of the things where it's like, oh yeah, I didn't want to stream today, whatever. But yeah. Enough about all that. Let's get a little closer. Alright. There we go. Now I got a good few of them dead. I think I might need to go heal. It's tempting to run in there. Watch me. I could do a little bit. I'm gonna make a save though. Yeah, these guys usually take 2 casts to kill, and with them stacked, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna load. Cause yeah, that was a waste. So slowly wearing, and that's the thing, that there's a few more rooms full of those guys. So while they're not as annoying as the fire elementals, they're still, you know, I can kill them easier. There's just more of them, so they can kill me easier too. And that's where the problem lies on this one. Yeah, this is, at least for the solo run, this is probably the hardest council quest you have to do.
Let's get out of here.
Like, I'm not gonna say it's the hardest dungeon that you have to do, but it's definitely up there. Like, the thing is, I haven't played through this game a ton in terms of late game, so I'm not as familiar with all the late game dungeons as I am the early ones. I want to say this might be harder than some of the last 4 or 5 dungeons you have to do, but I don't know if it's going to be that much harder. And buffs are wore off. I'm going to go sleep because it's like getting late, I think. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. So I'm going to go sleep, heal up, sell, whatever. See if I can buy some potions so I can make more resistance.
Hello, come on in. Enjoy your stay.
Looking for a weapon?
Aha!
Come again.
Don't touch the merchant.
That is another thing is
See you, tightwad.
the wizard, the
Well,
sorcerer
I
run,
never-
whatever, they get enchant item as a spell. So when you get like just baseline rings, you can enchant them and see what you get. So you always get a little bit better options in terms of. Yes, I need you. If anything has fire resistance, I might swap it out just for this run. Actually, I'm pretty much past the fire resistance part, so there we go. I'll just buy all the things. Alright, so it's blue and yellow, right?
Success.
Yeah.
It worked.
So there's that potion. Just want to be on the lookout.
Have a look around.
Alright.
Thank you.
So the blue potions are hard to come by. I got plenty of red, decent yellow. Blue is in short supply. But yeah, it has to do with the recovery. And you see how it flickers? Sometimes I can unpause it during that.
Can we assist you?
And then that little animation's, it's trying to go to the active player. But when there's no active player, the game doesn't know what to do and it crashes. In fact, you can have the same crash going to a shop and trying to sell stuff. It doesn't know who the active player is. And so it doesn't know, because it has to look at it for the merchant skill. And since it doesn't have that information, it doesn't know what to do and the game just crashes. So I figured that out. So it's not necessarily casting spells too quick, or it's not the sound overlapping like I thought. Because I was able to recreate it without spells and have it crash on me in shops and whatnot. And found out it's exactly... there's no active player when the game needs one. Which normally, if you have 4 party members, the chance of that happening is super, super rare. You know, because if one person's not active, odds are the others are, at least in town when you're trying to do all that, so... Ouch, ouch. Crap. Well, I died.
Okay.
Yeah, them coming behind me, that hurt. And again, they're wanting to go behind. Alright, so he went into the hallway. As long as he doesn't come back out, I'm safe to heal. And then I think we should be able to kill the 2 left, and we'll be done with this room. Alright. But of course, I'm out of mana again. So, if I didn't have all the buffs to do, I could just sleep a lot more often, but with all the buffs and the potion... I didn't take my potion. Because they're still... those guys still use elemental attack, so it's worth using. But yeah, if I didn't have all the buffs to worry about, I could just, like, go back outside and just sleep for 24 hours. But then I have do all the buffs, and then I have no mana, and then I'm back in square one. You know, and like I said, the sorcerer, I might load up the sorcerer before we quit, just to show how easy it can be to get through dungeons. Because Lloyd's Beacon is just too good. I don't think I'm near a dungeon or in the middle of one with him, so. But, you know, I'll show a quick demonstration of why the sorcerer is so much easier to... Man, let me get this rock treasure again, just because. It's a rock.
Got it.
No, it's a treasure chest.
Aha.
You're nothing. Yeah, I don't know what's the story behind that rock either. I don't know if that's like a hint, if there's a hint somewhere that it's there, or if it's just a reward for clicking on random things, or what. Because it's the only one I know of that does that. At least without a possible hint. There is one other rock in the game that's a treasure chest, but the game tells you. But I haven't gotten there yet. It's also very in-game, you know. It's kind of like, oh yeah, you found the not quite in-game, but in-game stash. Alright. So that room was cleared. I think all the lower rooms are cleared out too. I don't think there's any enemies just sitting around waiting. So yeah, this is the other side of that bridge. You have this to get around, and then you can go down here, and this will take you to the bottom side of all this stuff. So again, you have all these 4 rooms. They all open and close different things. Sometimes you can't even tell which ones they open. So it's like, okay, so that opens and closes that one, which probably also opens and closes another one. Not that one though. So we'll leave it, actually yeah, well, because that one was closed in the top, so that might have opened that one. So we'll go see. And no. That one only... Okay. That one only seemed to do that. So this one closes this one and does something else, but now I can use the bridge to get across. That one closes something else. You essentially have to move the bridge and get to the top side across the way. Now there is a hidden wall that one of the switches will open. But yeah, I'm just kind of going around flopping switches. See if I can figure this out. Because on my wizard I kind of cheated. I kind of used jump. So that opened that one up there. Didn't close me in. That closed that one, but opened that one. Oh, but it didn't reopen it. So let's see if I can do... I don't know. But yeah, that's the one you gotta get to. That one's closed, it looks like, still. one's closed. That one's closed now too. So both of those are closed. That one was closed. Yeah, this is an annoying puzzle. Okay, that moved the bridge. So we need that door and the other door open, and we're done with the puzzle. I just don't know if that's the case right now. Yeah, this one's closed. So let's see what this does. That didn't open either of them. But maybe it opened something else I need. That opened that one. I can't tell if that one's open, but we can go and see. Because if it is, then the puzzle is done. Outside of the treasure, but fuck the treasure, it's not that good. Nope, that one's closed. So what does this do, though? That did not open that one. Oh, that opened the treasure, I think. Nope. Yeah. So it opened the treasure. Since we opened, we'll go ahead and get it. But
All right.
wow, that's not a bad trident.
Aha.
If only I was using those. Fire blast, phantom cloak, day of the gods.
Aha.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Emerald staff, spear. Alright, so I need to open the far door. I don't remember which one did that. I think it was this bottom one right here. And as long as that doesn't close the other door, we're good. Alright, we're in there. So that puzzle has been completed. A few more. I'm not even looking at the map yet, but let me bring it up. Since we're getting... yeah, there's a few more rooms to go through. There might still be one more room with fire elementals. So this is another room with a bunch of sorcerers in it, I believe. I actually don't need to go in here, but you know. We're not exploring the dungeon. What are we doing? Alright, killed 2. Alright, so that room wasn't too bad. You get these nice crystals to sell, they're just worth money. Some of them are useless. Some of them can be sold for gold.
Uh-oh.
So here's more story stuff. The letter to Marcus. Electric resistance. All spirits.
Aha.
More armor. 4 fire resistance isn't worth the loss, but yeah. Scroll to Marcus. Yeah. Black M's. I remember that name from something, and yeah. It's just more kind of lore backstory about all the things going on. So if you keep track of that, that's more of it. Alright, so now time to go heal again. If I remember correctly, I think Castle Darkmoor I'm looking forward to the least. But I could be remembering wrong. It might not be so bad. I could also be confusing it with another, like Might Magic 7. But I'm not sure.
Let's get out.
Because there's one of them, they have beholder type enemies. And beholder type enemies have all sorts of status effects they inflict on you. And in one of them, they're kind of bugged where they can cast it through the walls. So it's like you can't even see them to attack them or do anything, and they're casting, you know, insanity and weakness and whatever else on you, and it's just like, oh, that's great. Yeah, keep doing that. So it's annoying.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
Excuse me. Alright. So go back, go forward. I'm trying to look. Yeah, we don't have but maybe 3-4 more rooms to go. Just each one is full of those sorcerers and warlocks and wizards and bedknobs and broomsticks. Oh my. Just waiting for the day I short that. And then that means I'm in the fire, I'm taking damage, and I have to click on the plate to teleport out, and yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure as long as I don't flick any of these switches again, this will never reset. Unless the entire dungeon resets, but if that happens, I fucked up somehow. Yeah, just a bunch of rooms with these guys for the most part. That's what's left. So nothing too terrible, but yeah, I'm pretty much at the point I need to go heal again. And I might be able to take out one person in another room. And they always like to drop these staffs too, which they're not bad staffs if you need a staff. But, you know, when you're selling anything and everything. Also, the game likes to put every new piece of item across, which means you quickly fill up a room even though you have plenty of room to do everything, to keep everything in there. So I'm gonna make a save, and then I'll see what's in here. I might be able to do a little bit. Secret wall there, with some treasure. Nothing good. That's not bad. Sacred spear. Steel shield. Garrick's journal. So more lore stuff to learn about Garrick himself. What's it say? Archibald wants him equipped in his army with the best items. He's moved here from Alamos so he can work as quickly as possible. So he left a crystal in Alamos. I believe that's hinting at something else later. think I need to upgrade anything. 2d4 plus 8 plus 5, but yeah. If it was enchanted with something, it would probably be worth using that. But what's this? 10 accuracy. 12. Yeah, that's a pure upgrade, like ACN accuracy upgrade all around. So yeah. So it's still worth looking at treasure every now and then. Let's see here. This goes to another room. Oh yeah. So this goes to, I believe, an elevator. Yeah, we're gonna go heal. We're gonna go heal before we go down there. Cause that's probably the next room coming up is probably the worst room in this dungeon, in my opinion. And yeah, it might take a few tries to whittle it down. Probably a lot of healing and running back and forth. So more tedium. But then after that, the next two rooms, I believe there's two, aren't gonna be too terrible. I mean, there's still a lot of enemies to kill, but just the layout of the room is so much better to handle. Because the next room is one of those that it has a bridge, and there's a lot of enemies on the other side of the bridge. But there's also enemies on this side of the bridge, so they're split up, and they don't like to group up or anything, so you gotta go chase them down, and it becomes very annoying. And since they're all high damage range spellcasters, yeah, they kind of have the advantage there. But yeah, I'll finish up this dungeon, I believe, and then call the stream. Although, like I said, I might give a little bonus preview of what the sorcerer looks like.
Can we assist you? Be with
I'll
you.
run somewhere I need to go with him. I think he's actually done all the council quests. But I'll just kind of demonstrate why the sorcerer can do what he can do, and why it's so much easier. Like. Maybe I'll show the Lair of the Wolf. Since I don't think yeah, actually that's what I was in the middle of the Lair of the Wolf on the Sorcerer. That's when I kind of said, you know what? I am not doing this on the Cleric. So maybe I'll show off a little bit of that. I fell into the floor. Like, I clipped into it midway, and the game was just like, oh, your body's up here, but your legs are down there. How does that work? Alright, so we got the elevator here to go down. So make a save. I believe it opens up that way. It's not immediate danger. Yeah, it's not immediate danger, but there's a hallway. That could be where you needed the key for, actually. I think you could have actually come in here, but you need the key to get past that door. Alright, this room. I hate it. What's up, Malcreation? Yeah, this is... I've been talking a little bit about this room, and I think it's actually the worst room in this dungeon. So I think I'm gonna have to Dragon Breath to take these out. Yeah, it's all warlocks and sorcerers and everything, and annoying. And then of course he runs away. Yeah. Well, that's it for that run. Gonna go heal. Out of mana. At least killed a few of them. Oh yeah, it's a fun one. I've played through it a few times. It's one I always started up as a kid, and then I would never finish it just because I couldn't figure it out enough. But then one day, teenage years, I sat down and was like, no, I'm gonna finish this game and grinded off on it, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And since I've beaten it a few times, this is my first time trying a solo character run though. And I chose Cleric because I know sorcerers are just too good and probably be a little too easy. In fact, I know it is because I've been doing that in my off time for fun, playing solo sorcerer, and it's a lot easier. It's a lot quicker too.
Let's get up.
Yeah, this is probably just the most annoying thing is you have to run across the water without any type of water walking, so you gotta make sure you have the hit points to survive. I've kind of been thinking of toying with the idea of trying to do World of Zine, but I'm still not completely sure. Maybe sometime down the line. I mean, it's certainly not going to be immediately after this. Dragon, yeah. See, I never really sat and farmed anything. I would just play through the game. If respawns happened, I might kill them. Otherwise, I just didn't worry about it, and you know, I just got through the game that way. And I haven't really farmed on this guy either. Like, I mean, I did kill, at least for my base 4-party runs, I did kill almost all the overworld areas and clear them out. But I didn't, like, respawn them and farm them or anything. I don't recall what level I was with a lot of those, though. So yeah, I got, what, once I get past this room, it shouldn't be too terrible difficult. Because it'll have, I think there's 2 more rooms after it, but they're more like this room where it's kind of easy to run in and just kill them all. So this room I'm at isn't so much like that. I might actually save it and try and run in and kill a bunch, but the problem is running out when I'm about to die. So yeah. So fortunately there's this guy just right here. Yeah, I was actually talking about that whole... Oh god, yeah. I died. Yeah, I was actually talking about that whole prison thing and reputation, because I don't know if you noticed, but I had nuked New Sorpigal right before I came in here. Not so much because I just wanted to clear out all the goblins and lower level stuff, and it just happens to be like, oh, well, you kill the town in that case. And I kind of mentioned the whole, if you go to jail, it's a year and things will respawn. Alright, so that guy died. So now let's see about coming over. Yeah. See, this is what's... They're all over there and annoying. And since they're all range casters, they just want to stay over there. Yeah, I also kind of made fun of, you can just go to the church and donate some gold, and they're just like, oh yeah, you murdered the entire world? Eh, you're good. You gave us gold to the church. It's like, you know, it's a little funny that you can just do that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna run across the other side. And I'm gonna die in the process. Yep. That didn't work. Yep. Oh. So yeah, now you see why I was dreading this room, though. It's like I might have to just grind some levels somewhere to do something. And there are fire elementals. You can go down this tunnel, and there's a bunch of fire elementals there. Oh, he got in the way. But you don't have to go down that tunnel. So for a lot of those, I can probably skip them. Alright, I heard some death yells. One more. Heard a few more, and I died.
Go eternity.
Okay.
So that didn't work. Crap. Alright, and I lost all my buffs. So I guess it's time to go heal again, and we'll try more. Yeah, the tunnel is just a dead end, so you don't need to go down there. And I believe that's all the fire elementals that are left in the dungeon. So for the most part, I could skip those. It's just getting through this next room is where the problem lies. What's up, Death Tone? Only kings play this game? It is an awesome game. It is one I've quite enjoyed. Probably my favorite of the Might and Magic series of the ones I've played, but I also haven't played all of them. Definitely my favorite of the quote-unquote trilogy of 6, 7, and 8. I have played through those.
Let's get up.
Heal up so I know I don't die. And yeah, Malcreation, they do heal. It's just if I get the kill on them, they won't respawn. So that's kind of where the issue lies. I need to kill at least one every time I go in there, and just whittle them down that way.
Hello, come on in. Enjoy your stay.
All right, resting. I'll sell since I'm here. Get rid of my inventory.
Come again.
Don't touch the merchandise. Come back.
Wrong shop. What up, Chupa?
Can I help you find anything? Thanks. Come again.
I don't know if I did on that last go around, but I did the round before when I died. But well, I noticed my buffs had worn out. Hour of power had run out, so I figured it was time to just go heal up anyway.
Can we assist you? Be
Alright. Need to do another potion too when I get there. I believe I have what I need. Yeah. Yeah, and for, you know, the Death Tome of Valkyration, y'all, I think this is y'all's first time tuning in. I did the solo Cleric run, like, made a Cleric, killed the others off. I did allow to use them for inventory space if needed, just because inventory is a bitch in this game sometimes. But I did not allow followers that would give me abilities that the Cleric wouldn't have. So the only followers I've used are the Scholar and the Instructor. I didn't get like the Gate Master or Town Portal Master, you know, anything like that. I didn't allow that. I figured that'd be a little too easy, I guess. You know, because that the biggest part, like one of the hardest things of this game is travel when you don't have a wizard or someone with the elemental school. So since I couldn't do that normally, I didn't allow the followers to do it. And then I did not use the New World Computing Dungeon or Shrine in Dragon Sands at the beginning of the game. So I went full-on challenge mode. Alright, so save, make a potion.
Success.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had to sit down and like math a few things out, especially on especially when it came to mastering light and dark magic. Alright, so those apparently are fire elementals sitting up there. Yeah, but like when it came to mastering like the light magic and whatnot, I really had to think, math out my reputation and what quest I could do. I sat on quests for a couple weeks, like a couple hours of play, and was like, no, I'm gonna go complete like 5 more quests, then I'll go turn them all in. Alright. Maybe I can shoot these from here. They keep backing up. Yeah, maybe I can wear them down that way, and they're annoying. Ugh. Yeah, the flying in this game, that's one thing I did like. I believe it was 8 when I played it recently. Like, they actually programmed flyers to come down to your level instead of go up away from you. So that was kind of nice. Alright. Might just try and kill this one guy. I could try and finger of death these guys. Let me make sure they're not immune. They're not immune to magic. That might be worth it. If I'm correct, I got what? 11 in dark magic. So that's what? 55% chance to kill? And considering it takes 2 casts of dragon breaths, and that's only 80, like, that might be worth it. I'm gonna save, but that might be worth it. I can kill a few of them that way. That would be... Oh, he ran away. Of course, 55% is gonna be like, nah, fuck you. I'm just gonna load. Nope. remember having trouble. Like I had to use these against a gargoyle once in Silver Cove on this guy, and it was rough. All right, Toxic Cloud. That might work. They're not. I don't think they had any immunities. Oh, they're immune to electricity. But everything else, they just have some. Well, 5% times per point of skill. I have 11 skill. Shouldn't that be 55%? Unless I'm doing my math wrong, but which is always possible. Toxic Cloud might actually be worth it. 70. Okay, maybe not. That doesn't do enough damage. Yeah, they do have 30 magic resistance, but I don't know how the magic resistance plays into everything, especially with that. Especially with the Finger of Death type stuff. I don't really know if I have anything else to really kill him, though, is the thing. I mean, that wouldn't do a ton of damage. Maybe just range. Yeah. Although he's right here, I could possibly kill him with shrapnel. And then run out. Nope. Took too much damage. Wow, it did 10 points of damage. Alright, let's see if I can kill him this time. No, not happening. The Dragon Breath doing 10 points of damage is just crazy. Alright. Killed him, and I can escape. So that means save. Don't know if I can do much else. Oh, hey. I kind of walked through him, but alright. Alright, got a few more. I'm happy with that, and time to go heal. Slowly whittling them down. Yeah, I remember like first few times playing through this, that being one of the worst rooms I would ever encounter. Even on like 4 full party member type groups, it's terrible. That room is just terrible.
Let's get out.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh, feels like we're back level 1 doing this, having to run out every few kills. Yeah, especially when you're in like chainmail and heavy armor boots. And no, swimming is not a thing in this game. So if you're over water, you're taking damage. What's really funny though is even though they're dead, these guys are still taking damage from it. So like she's at negative 3,006 hit points. But when I go over the water, that's gonna increase or decrease to even further negative. As you see, it's just slowly going down. Yep, corpse drowning. Haste just wore off. Alright. As long as I can kill a few, one or two every time I go in, I'll be happy. Alright. Back at the elevator. They're all standing around on the far corner in the trench area below. Maybe running down to that area would be useful. Because that would block the guys from the high ground hitting me too much. And I might be able to kill the guys on the low ground. Well, he's going to come play. So I guess I will try to Dragon Breath him. There we go, 158 points of damage. That's what I like to see. He died. I'm gonna try. Might be able to kill a few more, especially since the wall is kind of blocking a lot of their shots. Kind of cheaty, but hey, I didn't do it on purpose. And now I don't have enough to do another Dragon's Breath. Could potentially have killed him. If I get, I still have a clear shot. I'll Toxic Cloud him. There we go. Something above me. Yeah, so I'm gonna save, but I'm gonna try and maybe take some arrow shots, kill the fire beast. There's like a fire beast right above me, I think. Alright, alright, he died. I think I can get out of here. Yeah, alright. So, another healing run. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, focusing on the lesser mobs is a good way to do it. It just all depends. Like that one, I'm just kind of like AoEing what I can, and whatever is left weak, I'm just like, all right, finish you off. The Mandate of Heaven. Yep.
Fixed.
Yeah, they broke all my shit. Fortunately, I can repair it. Yeah, this was kind of my first real exposure to the Might and Magic series. It's not technically my first, but it's the first one I really kind of got into and played more than, you know, the beginning few quests or whatever. World of Zine, to specifically Clouds of Zine, Might and Magic 4, is technically my first. And World of Zine is 4 and 5 together in a special release. And that was technically the first one we had, but then we got the Might and Magic collectors of 1 through 6 or whatever, I think. And actually no, we got 6 as a standalone, and then we got the collectors. And so this was the first one I really kind of got into further than just playing for a few hours. Do I have my resistance up? Yeah. I still have that potion up. So yeah, this is kind of, you know, my favorite, my first for the Might and Magic run. I never played 9.
Can we assist you?
Yeah, if you like 6, you'll probably like 7 and 8. They're essentially been done by the same staff in a similar style, like the Overworld 3D. There are some tweaks to it, like especially starting in 7 and more in 8. Skills are a lot more limited on characters. Like here, if you can learn the skill, you can master it. Well, in 6 and 7, there's also like the Grandmaster level, and you can only learn them to certain levels per class. So like the hybrids, they might be able to learn like meditation for spell points, but only like the sorcerer can actually Grandmaster it. So he can only get the most effect from it and whatnot. They started balancing a lot of things that way. I will say I felt like 8 was actually the most balanced. In terms of spells being good, might being good, and just overall being balanced. Like enemies and everything. I never got to an area where I was like, oh god, this is too crazy or too easy or anything. It was balanced. But 7 was pretty good too. I enjoyed the story of both of them. But you know, 6 is just the favorite. And yeah, they all share a lot of things between them and styles. So if you like one of the 3, you'll probably like the other 2. But the ones before 6, like 4 and 5, were the Zine games, World of Zine, and Zine's the big bad overdude. Yeah, 7 and 8, they're good. They are available on GOG for like $5 or $10 or something. They're worth it if you want to play them. Come here. Yeah, the Zine ones, they're a little different. They're back where everything is turn-based and tile-based. Oh. So everything's on a gridded tile and everything's turn-based before 6. And you know, they seem harder to me, but I don't know if that's just because I haven't delved into them enough. Alright, let's make another save. I've killed 2. That guy wanted to go back. Hey, I've actually cleared out most of the room.
For the big god.
So there's just these annoying flyers left. That one's not too terrible. That's the problem, is it's aggroing the others though. Like they're still kind of aggroed and like trying to chase after me, so let me go heal one more time. I'll probably still have to heal a few times after this, but I at least got all the warlocks down, and those I think are a little more threatening than the fire elementals, even though the fire elementals are no more annoying. So yeah, this has been an annoying dungeon. In this one, this is what, 70%, 80% probably. Because like I finish this council quest, then I have to do the Slicker Silvertongue quest in the Superior Temple of Ba. Then that gives me access to the Oracle, and then I do there's 4 or 5 quests for the Oracle you have to do, and then you can end the game. Like there's a slight bit of running around errand boy type stuff, but that can happen very quickly. So yeah, I've actually got a good bit of the game done, I think. Unless I'm forgetting an aspect. Oh, you've never beaten it. Ooh, you're... Have you seen the, like... You haven't beaten it, so I'm assuming you haven't watched any of the in-game stuff or not yet, because you're in for a nice little surprise if you haven't seen it. I've kind of mentioned it, and the game does hint at it, but it doesn't tell you specifically until you get there. And that's the ancient weapons.
Can we assist you?
Those are fun. I'll probably just parade around the world with some of them once I get them a little bit and have fun. But yeah, because you can, the ancient weapon expertise guy is like over here, down here, I think. So you run into it and you're like, ancient weapon, what's that? But the game never tells you what it is until you find it. And you find it well after the Oracle and a few other things are revealed, so... Yeah, you'll have a nice little surprise when the Oracle's revealed. Hey, spoilers, man! I'm not talking about in-game stuff yet. Whoa! Okay. So that's a fun little effect. I'm not sure if that came across on stream, but if I click out of the game, it stops like running in the background, but it's still running. So like things will still move around and all that, but it won't be Alright. See if I can kill this guy. I think I should be able to ignore the red. I could probably ignore this guy too, but in fact I think I might. Actually, see if I can get him here. There we go. Alright, so that takes care of this room. Now, there's still fire elementals down there, but like I said, for the most part, I could probably just ignore them. It might be slightly annoying on the way back. I might die. Nope, 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 nope. I live for now, I live. I run. I live. Barely, but I live. Yeah, as far as you said earlier, I have the resistant to insanity, so that's why I never went insane versus the warlocks. So there's one thing, I don't know if it says resistant to. I don't know if that means pure immunity or just a hell of a lot less chance. So now here's the problem though. These guys are up here. And these guys are out here. And yeah, so... See if I can just kill that guy at range. Alright. Now... Thing is, when I leave here, these should go back down to the tunnel, and I can probably not aggro them since I don't have to really go into the room. So I'm gonna go do this healing run one more time, and then we get through that room, and I believe I keep facing the wrong way on that elevator. We get through that room, and I think we only have one more room of warlocks to get through. And that'll be the end of the dungeon. Yeah. Yeah, I'm only up to 59 so far. I can go to 62 already. These things gave a lot more experience than I thought they might. I was estimating maybe I'd get 62 at the end of the dungeon and quest turn in, but I'm already there. So that's nice. Yeah, I'm pretty much at the point where I don't think I need any other skills. Like, mastering bow would be nice, but I almost never use it. Same with the mace. Like, spirit and mind are worthless. Yeah, I don't need disarm trap because I have perception. I don't need identify item because I have the scholar. Shield is about the only thing that might be worth mastering, and even then, it would be an extra, what, 10 points of armor class? Like, that's it. So yeah, pretty much just at the point where everything goes into dark light or meditation. Or bodybuilding maybe, but that's more of a dump when everything else is high up. Yeah, I still haven't. I know about the resurrect mechanic. There's the resurrect spell, or reanimate. You can do that to enemies and then kill them again, and they grant you full XP every time you do that. So if you get a single enemy alone, you can raise it up, kill it, raise it up, kill it. Just keep repeating that till you run out of mana. And I've thought about doing that, but I just haven't quite, like, I kind of don't want to do it if I don't have to. You know?
Can we assist you? Be with you.
It's like I'm trying not to cheese things out too much if I can, because otherwise, yeah, I could have just run to Dragon Sands, got the starting buff temple, and just abused some of that, and you abuse the gate masters and the NPCs. You know, I'm trying not to cheese the game too much. Now, having said that, I have cheesed at certain times, but most of the time it's something that just happened to occur, and I didn't intend for it to happen. I mean, I do like me some sneaky cheese at times, but this was designed to be a challenge run, so I'm like, well, let's not just take all the challenge out by cheesing everything. You know, like, I did kind of cheese some of those guys earlier when I could shoot through the wall and theirs was getting blocked. But I didn't deliberately do that on purpose, it just happened. I was like, well, okay, I'll run with it. Alright, so hopefully those fire beasts won't be pulled. Cause yeah, they all spawn like further down, but they'll work their way up the tunnel. Bought some cheese an hour ago. Yeah. I got some nice Wisconsin. I can't speak. When whatever the state is, cheddar in my fridge right now. Wisconsin. Alright, so those are dead. Not double standards, just not deliberately trying to have it happen. Like, I never, for the most part, I don't think I've ever really sat there and be like, oh yeah, let me try and cheese this. It's just kind of, it happened. I was like, well, it happened. I didn't intend for it to, but it did. Alright, so I think there's just one more hallway and one more room to go. And, oh crap, there's this room. So there's a few more elementals that I have to worry about. I could just run across and potentially make it. Let's see what happens. Alright, so there's this one last room. It's got a bunch more of the wizards in there. Oh yeah, there's a lever right there for it. Once I take these guys out, I'm probably dead right now. Crap. Yeah, they wanted to block my doorway. I can't out heal their damage, like not in combat. It just not gonna happen. I mean, I heal what, 337. Yeah, 366. So I heal what, 29 hit points per cast. I'm pretty sure they're dealing upwards of like 50 to 60 in general. Uncle Ray's potato chips mesquite barbecue. I don't know. I wouldn't think most barbecue flavored chips are like real barbecue. But, you know, they are a flavor. Alright. Now see, this is where the problem is with these elementals sitting here. Alright. I mean, barbecue does have a bit of sweetness to it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go heal. So I think I'm just gonna do that. Whee! I like Featherfall. Yeah, so yeah, these guys are here, so that's annoying. That's also why I didn't want to press it too much, because I knew I had to run through them. What'd they break? My belt. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had that particular brand of barbecue chips. I don't eat a whole ton of chips, but
Let's get.
alright. Hopefully this is the last healing run, and then I'm done. Because the hourglass of time is in that treasure chest we saw in that room. So that'll leave the Superior Temple of Ba to worry about next. I don't know if I'm gonna go straight there or not. Then you can wake the Windfish. Yep, we teleported to Game Boy Zelda. I mean, I am carrying a flute around. I do have a flute and a gong sitting here, so. Zelda is weird on PC. Yeah. Buffs wore out. I guess I'm gonna go rest real quick. I like to rest at night in these games just because you have to. There is the whole mechanic of if you don't rest long enough, you get weak and tired, and I just don't like it.
Hello, come on in. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, didn't you hear, Chupa? This is a Breath of the Wild mod pack I'm playing.
Can we assist you? Be with you.
Alright, so healed up, good to go. Last night in Sweden, huh? Cool. Alright, hopefully this is the last time I have to do that. And I fell into the floor again. I almost fell down all the way. Now, I know, like, the Superior Temple of Ba, I believe, is going to be a bit harder. Just because there's no easy temple around. Wind Waker. Wind Waker wasn't bad, but I never really played that one that much. Ocarina of Time was good, though. Yeah, I never quite got into that one. I mean, my favorite is Link to the Past. I was a huge NES player growing up. You know, everything on NES is just awesome. Or SNES. Like, I haven't done one yet, but something that's on standby is just Link to the Past randomizer run for streams, because I enjoy doing those. See, I never did Breath of the Wild. I don't have a Switch. I do have a Wii U, but I just hadn't got it. Alright, one more down. Keep adding letters to my save that I don't mean to. Oh, hey. There's a fire elemental in here. Alright, so there's still a few monsters around, but that cleans out the dungeon of everything I need. What spells are these? Feeble Mind.
Yes.
I didn't know that one. Pure Paralysis. Whoops.
Okay.
I didn't know that one. I learned spells. Alright, and so here's the chest. Of course, it's trapped. And this is what we need, the Hourglass of Time. Ooh, Death Mace. Might be worth looking at. 2d4 plus 11. Honestly, I might swap to that, even though it doesn't have the extra. Like, I mean, overall it's slightly less damage, but what I'm looking at is the attack modifier, which means it'll hit should hit more often. And I could potentially get an enchant item scroll, which would let me cure that up. And fuck those guys. Fuck these guys. And we're out. Yes, I do quite enjoy the Heroes of Might and Magic series. That was actually probably my technical true first exposure to Might and Magic. Was Heroes of Might and Magic 1. I think I remember playing that well before in any actual Might and Magic game. Yeah, I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Spent quite a few hours in all of them. 3 is probably where most of it's been, because 3 was one of the best ones of that series. 5 wasn't bad what I've played of it, but nothing too extensive. Same with 4. 4 was a lot different, and I remember I got a lot of hate for that, but I really didn't find it bad what time I spent with it. Yeah, it's definitely one of those, especially when you're younger, you're just like, so many options and what to do, and I'm still terrible at them. Like, I've watched like streamers who still play like Heroes of Might and Magic 3. There's still a small community that plays like online games versus each other. And I've watched like streamers and kind of read up on like the strategies of how to do things, and I'm just like, I don't have the patience for the amount of micromanaging it takes to really be good. Alright, so we got that quest done. Now we need to go to Mist to turn it in. And then I'll see about getting over to Creekspire to train. And I believe that will be the stream. I need to be going to bed. It is 11 a.m. and it is past my bedtime. And for those who don't know, I work graveyard shifts. I got off at 8 this morning, so it is sleepy time for me.
Can we assist you? Be with you.
So now the problem is to I'm gonna go train before I quit, but the problem is getting to Mist. I don't believe. Let me look at the travel schedules. I'm not gonna fight running everywhere. Oh, this will go to Misty Islands from here on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Today is Saturday, so this should go to Mist. So that's no problem. Oh yeah, stat barrels are respawned. Might as well get them free stat up points. Yeah, a lot of it's about like knowing what can kill what, as well as just micromanaging. Like, you know, don't have your main hero near your home. He's out exploring, killing things. And you buy a new hero and send them with troops to reinforce, and then you buy another hero to do that, and you end up with like 7 or 8 heroes, but only one of which is combat worthy. And it's like, I don't want to do that.
Hold! His Grace Albert Newton.
All right,
Marquis of Mist
so
and High Sorcerer of Enroth.
he gave his approval for the council. I can get up to 63 now. Now, of course, that means I need to get to Creekspire to train.
Welcome aboard.
Lake Bay East. I
Raise
can
the
go there.
flag and hoist the sail.
Doesn't go anywhere, but actually, I could probably use that water walk scroll. I just forgot I had. Instead of worrying about doing, I could have been using that on at least one of those days in Garrick's Forge, but I only had one of them. It took what, like 4 days to get through that one. But yeah, this will help here because I need to get over to Freehaven. And from there, go to Creekspire. Let's see here. It goes to Creekspire on Tuesday and Friday. Oh hey, enemies. Hi enemies, bye enemies. You're not worth my time anymore. I don't feel like doing Armageddon again. So yeah, another thing, especially if you haven't gotten too far into the game, the training halls have a level cap. So like there's a training hall here in Freehaven, but it won't train you past level 60. I'm 59, and I can go to 63. So I have to go elsewhere to really train up levels now. What is today? Tuesday. Hey, it goes to Creekspire today. How fortuitous. I believe it should be this one.
Need a ride? Hitch up the horses.
But Creekspire has a training hall right here, actually. So I can train up there.
Get lost.
Alright, so now I got points to spend, dark magic, dark magic, dark magic. I'll do bodybuilding. Alright, so that's there. This is actually where we need to go next, is Creekspire, I believe. Because if I'm correct, that right there is the Superior Temple of Ba that I need to go to. But, like I said, it is past my bedtime, so that is going to be all for today's stream. Like I said, tomorrow morning I do plan on streaming Cuphead when it releases. Right after I get off work. So that'll be that, but I'm still going to try and focus on finishing this first before I do too much of anything else. So until then, I will see y'all next time, and thanks for joining me. Have a good one.